My name is Robert Hooker. I'm with the Web 3.0 Lab, where we look at the intersection between modern internet-based mobile technology and social factors and social forces, and recently in the Arab Revolt, political forces. One of the things we've noted recently, and we've identified this, and we're really pushing this concept forward, is that we believe that the Bahrain government on the 16th of January coordinated what we call a troll bomb. They brought a number of people, agents to some extent, supporters, and they were dominating the hashtag Bahrain for the almost whole day of 16 with the clear intention of spreading disinformation, of trying to befriend people and get them to doubt what they were hearing about Bahrain, particularly to target people in the West. These people, when we followed, they were doing this, and then we saw a collapse from what was thousands of tweets in support of the government to right at the time that the crackdown was happening, they sort of vanished. And our conclusion on that is this was part and piece of a pre-attack, a disinformation and discoordination effort that was planned by the government of Bahrain before the attack went in. Okay? And then we've seen since then that these pro-government trolls, as we're referring to them, vanished. Now, if you are a social analyst and a manager and you believe you're under a troll attack, not just a few trolls that have negative opinions, but you believe you're under a coordinated attack, what are some things that you can spot? First is look for consistent patterns of statement and practice. Certain people, all of them won't necessarily be saying the same thing, but there might be 5 or 6 different approaches that people take, okay? So if you see that there's one people are talking about the fear of this, and other people talking about economic prosperity, and there's a lot of people who are talking like that, it seems like they've been coached and assigned certain roles. 2, look for people who clearly understand Twitter marketing. Using attractive, very, very well-looked, beautiful avatar identities, who, use very pleasant language, who are obviously very familiar in working with 140-character tweets and stuff. Look for people who are engaging you again and again with friendly stuff, particularly if you're in the West, people who are telling you, well, I'm an insider and I'll tell you something about that. As one thing that Westerns are often vulnerable to is somebody told me this. One of the things is Western opinion is probably formed by the cab drivers that the journalists last drove by. Westerners believe somehow that a single person or a single foreman can give them information about the internet. What we have, though, nowadays, or the world, I should say, what we have nowadays is the whole internet, okay? Another thing to look for is clear patterns of coordination, okay? Do these people stop at certain points? Do they start up? Do they stop at certain points? Do they stop during certain key events? What told us in Bahrain that this was the case is these were people who were tweeting way, way late in the night of the attack, and then just before the attack comes, they vanish. They don't show up often in 6, 7, 8 hours. Okay? These people are also, these tweet attacks, if confronted, they use a loophole in Twitter in which they block people and they block people and threaten to return. So they're very professional in how to deal with people who are exposing them for Twitters. They're doing a lot of blocks. They're doing a lot of threatens that they're going to claim to report. Anyone who tries to call them out gets blocked right away. Okay, this is really, I think, what can tell you. If you're able to drag them out into flame wars, they're not likely troll attack. Okay, they'll often also come back with fairly zingy, zesty, pre-prepared answers. But the key thing to see is really if you see a big load of people who are very engaged in Twitter all of a sudden and then stop before another major political operation, you can assume that what they were part is a troll attack that was coordinated to support a larger attack. And we're now at the Web 3.0 lab, we're working on diagnostic tools that we hope to apply to try to identify these things. One of the things we really want to do is we want to see if we can actually find out the locations that certain tweets are coming from potentially. We would be interested to see how many of these particular individuals are actually coming from around government building complexes or things like that, or how many different people who all believe the same things might be coming from the same building. So this is one of the areas we're working to use geo-knowledge to get a better form of how these people are organized on the ground, if possible. But we're looking at a number of particular tools that we hope will be part of the security set, just like antivirus software, anti-phishing, denial of service attacks. We think in the future, troll attack security will be an integral part of overall security for the future of the web. Thank you very much.